morning everyone. This video is about fetal circulation. The objective of this video is to know few facts about circulation of blood in the fetus. In previous video we already discussed about the normal circulation of blood in the heart. As we already know that the blood from lower parts is collected by inferior vena cava and upper parts like hands and head is collected by superior vena cava. Both these will be pouring blood into right atrium. From there, through tricuspid wall, it is entering into right ventricle. From right ventricle, pulmonary arteries taking blood to the lungs for purification. Once the blood is purified, means exchange of gases is taken place in the lungs. The blood is again taken back by pulmonary veins, means pulmonary veins carries oxygen rich blood and they will be pouring blood into left atrium. From left atrium through mitral wall, blood will be entering into left ventricle. From left ventricle through aorta, blood is taken and supplied to all parts of the body. This is normal circulation, already we have discussed. Coming to the fetal circulation, we have some special parts like placenta. Placenta will be nothing but it is attached to the uterus of the mother. Okay, it will be here. And ductus venosus means mixing of two veins. And foramen ovale, a special opening between right atrium and left atrium. And ductus arteriosus means mixing of two arteries, that is pulmonary artery and aorta. These are the special features in fetal circulation. Let us discuss actually what is happening in the fetal circulation. The main difference between fetal circulation and normal circulation is that lungs are not functioning in the fetus. The function of lungs is taken by a special structure called placenta. Placenta is having one umbilical vein, this is umbilical vein, and two umbilical arteries, this is one umbilical vein. Umbilical vein will be taking oxygen rich blood and it is passing under the liver. It joins with hepatic vein. This hepatic vein will be joining with inferior vena cava. The joining of two veins, as we already said, it is called as ductus venosus. And this inferior vena cava pours blood into right atrium. From right atrium, actually the blood should enter into right ventricle, but most of the blood from right atrium will be passing through an opening in atria, that is called foramen ovale. So blood from right atrium is entering into left atrium. From left atrium to left ventricle, from left ventricle through aorta, it is passing all over the body. That is normally happening. Here also same thing up to here. But we said that there is some blood remaining in the right atrium. The blood from right atrium is entering into right ventricle and pulmonary arteries taking blood from right ventricle. Actually, what is happening? Pulmonary arteries will be taking blood to the lungs. But here lungs are not functioning. They are very resistant. They are unable to receive the blood. So there is a special opening between pulmonary artery and aorta. This opening between two arteries, pulmonary artery and aorta, both are arteries only, is called as ductus arteriosus. This is one special structure. Then, so what is happening? This aorta is, we are saying no, it is taking blood again through descending aorta. There will be two branches or arteries arising. They are called as umbilical arteries. Why? This is mixed blood. Okay, it is not completely pure blood. So these umbilical arteries takes black blood to the placenta for purification. So the lungs role is taken by placenta. So let us discuss in detail. Normally, the blood from lower parts of body is collected by inferior vena cava and upper parts is collected by superior vena cava. Both is IVC and SVC pour blood into right atrium, from there to right ventricle. The pulmonary arteries takes blood from right ventricle to lungs for purification. The purified blood from lungs is collected by pulmonary veins and poured into left atrium, and from there to left ventricle. Aorta takes blood from left ventricle and supplies blood to all parts of body. In fetal circulation, the special structures or shunts or bypasses we can say are called placenta, umbilical cord, ductus venosus, ductus arteriosus, foramen ovale. This ductus venosus, arteriosus and foramen ovale can be called as shunts. Placenta is a special structure which is attached to the uterus of the mother, which is having umbilical cord. Umbilical cord which arises from placenta has one umbilical vein and two umbilical arteries. Umbilical vein carries rich oxygen blood and umbilical arteries carry less oxygen or deoxygenated blood. Umbilical vein passes through the fetal liver and joins with hepatic vein. This hepatic vein joins with the inferior vena cava, and joining of two veins is called ductus venosus. IVC means inferior vena cava pours blood into right atrium. Actually, blood moves from right atrium to right ventricle, but in fetal circulation, most of the blood enters from right atrium to left atrium through an special opening called foramen ovale. Means an opening between left atrium and right atrium is foramen ovale. It is a special structure. Blood moves from left atrium to left ventricle. From there through aorta, it is supplied to all parts of the fetal body. But some of the blood from right atrium enters to the right ventricle. From there, blood is carried by pulmonary arteries. Actually, they should take blood to the lungs, but they can't take blood to lungs because they are not functioning, and lungs are very resistant to receive the blood because they are not functioning at all. They are not doing the gaseous exchange function. So there is an opening created between pulmonary artery and aorta. This joining of two arteries is called ductus arteriosus. Means pulmonary artery joins with aorta. This special opening is called ductus arteriosus. From descending aorta, two arteries takes blood to the placenta for purification. These two arteries are called umbilical arteries. After birth of the fetus, once the umbilical cord is cut, there is no connection between mother and baby's blood circulation. Hence, the function of placenta is taken by lungs. How it is taken? As the baby cries immediately after birth, lungs will get expand. So the air enters in it and exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide taking place. Now the umbilical vein and arteries are no more functioning, and it is just like umbilicus we are having. Okay, there it ends. All the special structures and shunts like ductus venosus, foramen ovale, ductus arteriosus are closed after the birth. So there is no mixing of oxygen and carbon dioxide blood at all. If any of these defects or shunts is still present after birth, then they are called congenital heart defects. Means the heart defects which are present at the time of the birth can be considered or called as congenital heart defects. So if they are found, they should be treated immediately after the birth so that the baby will not be getting any respiratory or cardiac problems in future. Thank you. one and all.